All right, welcome to the program. My name is Dr. Mankota. You are watching the TPN TV and radio network coming to you live from the United States of America. Today, we can discuss about internal politics. I'm talking about the APC party in politics because the way me personally they see the APC party, they go, it not look good for me at all as a member of the APC party. And for people the way they follow me, either on social media or on this broadcast, I tell say, me as somebody we always they see things them far and try for predict them and try for say, okay, if we continue with this route, this is the outcome we will get for go meet now the destination this. And before, let me just give a little bit of historical perspective on what team we see today at the APC party. The time when we been there as APC government, the power. All right, hold on. Let me just put this. The time when we've been there as government, that's alone, APC government, the second term of the APC party. Some of we been they see certain missteps where leadership been they take, and we not been just sit down and set much like other people them, you know, we maybe either then they afraid for say something because they believe say if they say something that don't reduce the chances of getting a position of leadership within the APC party and in the government at that time. So a lot of people now the APC party always been the just the support waiting with leaders and they do. The few of we been the out there, we been the try for say certain disastrous actions them the way we leaders them they take. Would not being set much. We been the advice. We been the give some scenarios for say this scenario, what would they take so now the outcome is, for example, at the time of Anes Baikoroma in presidency, a lot of people have not been believed say if we go into election at that time, APC go ever lose the elections. Now only a few of we would they call forward-thinking people and people way independently minded people them. Now we been they look at things differently, starting from the leadership up to the least person within the APC party. Because of the popularity of the APC and the popularity of Anes Kroma at that time, many people know been believed saying the 2017-2018 election will be lost by APC. They not been believed that at all. But some of we been they look at things in a very, very pragmatic way. We've been the really one people then say, no, if we not be careful, we are going to lose these elections. And not only, will not be only one people them, we've been also predict waiting at the outcome of the loss we will get forget at that time. For example, in some of we internal APC forums, maybe they give exactly what we see today. So one of the things where I've been talk where a lot of people they're not being actually like me at that time. Hopefully they like me now because at least they don't see what I've been talk about. If not people the way are ready for change. I've been talk say here are the scenarios. If we not change with attitude. When I say we, I mean the leadership because now they mean the control how things and they happen now the APC. So I've been telling them say Number one, when they lost the election. And I go to the extent, I call the leadership, people like Ambassador Usman Fode Yansane. I call him, I talk to him several times, say, this is a problem. Una need for change. Now the phone. God na me witness. And I tell them, say, this election is going to be lost. And the leadership where I've been talk to, some of them tell you, say, when are young, but then we just didn't know na America, we talk, we don't know. Some of them don't know politics for 50 years. I tell them, say, and in fact, Ambassador Yansane tell me, say, this election not they go a runoff. I tell her, and I bet her on the phone, I tell her, say, if we not change, one of the signs for say we get for lost this election they go to a runoff. He laugh. And the other thing where I talk now with forum during the internet game, I say if we lose the election, we they go into internal mini civil war. And I highlight the factors that lead we to an internal civil war, internal mini civil war. And one of them is there will be people who will going to blame some people. There are other people who will be able to justify within the leadership being they do, and because of them misunderstanding them, and at the same time the emotions them where they develop because of the shock of the loss where we get, they bring we into a collision. They collide, and that's they bring a civil war. Civil war in the sense not like going. Well, it's almost the way we see today, so it's almost like a physical fight, because when they see people then on social media, then they cause other people them or leadership, and they cause the leadership them. So it's kind of indeed a civil war. But when you look at what they go on today, you look at the NRM first go to court, then in a court, then get for give them the chance for make them stop the convention. Now put lock up. Then Alfred Peter Conte himself stand up. He say we leaders them, they're not even qualify again for lead the party because they're stand on by the according to the constitution, where the 1995 constitution. So what will happen again? The court agree with them. And besides that, we don't get so many back and forth where they go on within the party. Up to this time, 2021, 3 years to election, there is no way forward. This is very, very, concerning. It's really concerning when a political party like this not able to get any strategy for the upcoming election. It becomes a problem for the supporters them. People like we, so we want to see a return of the APC party in power. We don't get no hope at this particular time, because from where we lost the election, we still dip and shock and fight against each other. We're not able to do anything, and because of that, we get a big problem now we hand. Now I want to come play for now. Waiting, the leader and chairman of the APC party just talked a few days ago. Now Maboka Tonkolili district, where he go for Minkailu Ba, the late Minkailu Ba. I don't know whether na 1 year funeral or so. So waiting, the leader and chairman go talk, and after that, they bring in my commentator waiting at the line right now, Bible who they call cyber injai, for let we discuss this. What we get for do, especially we not just ordinary members there we just elect this party for see the party the kind of power. Waiting at the way forward. Now when we get for stand up and tell we leaders then the truth saying enough is enough. It is time for let we able move on for those for strategize for the 2023 election we get for take place. And let's discuss this. Hold on. Okay? It's like say the audio. Why the audio not they come out? I don't know. I don't know why the audio not they come out, but it seems like there is no audio here. Okay. Well, now just a few seconds clip. But let me bring myself back into the light. So I was able to explain exactly within the president's been talk about. So let me bring in Mr. Baibure, who they call cyber injai. And Baibure, I believe say you don't listen to this audio. But let me just reiterate within the former president been the talk. Nada meeting then. The former president been the tell we say. The former president been the tell we say. No court ruling not going able stop not going able make out for step aside or for step down from being the chairman and leader of the All People Congress because it was not the court we make him chairman, it was the people. And the people get for tell and say for step down. He willing for step down, but the court only tell him for say let step down and he step down. What are you take?
Thank you, Dr. Mankota. I want to say good day to all listeners, wherever it may be. What you look at this? What the president say, the former president say about imposition? Well, now a clear message is sent. Say a political party, na a political party, and it is na representation, and whether na be election or selection, na the binding or the ruling document what we call the constitution, na in get them time then they na in follow and make a what it be. And I want to draw people their attention to the fact that the thing what we did under review, not on normal times. The virus come. How long the virus take now the country? During the virus, what did the government say? It bring restrictions. It come with a state of emergency. Then they eat up the time where the current executive don't plan for straightening up the party. And the government of the day, we being in the opposition, we just been the wait for me and see the APC violate their laws then they go take them and go to Padeba Road. We all don't see the provocations what don't take place. Notwithstanding that, the party remain as a law-abiding institution. So what they say is, I want if the people now they get their party, We not get for wait me the court tell we what to for now party. If people and say the current executive for go, who serve as individual or party people what they at the corner, who serve get to contribution. As Dr. Mankotago say, the way forward for many party get peace and lasting peace. Me no go suggest say for maybe a piecemeal. I want maybe an overall change, comprehensive change, and that anybody will be not work with the current executive for a minimum of 5 years. They all know for come again, make a new breed can at the party. If that condition they work, then me go support for make the current executive go the way they want to. Because where they talk so, if them people are who been there with the current executive can't take up the mantle of the leadership, then we can begin rule with vendetta. For say now, so then why I mean don't do that. So if we say we want bring change, more take them all out. We bring in new breed for a minimum of 5 years. They would demand we are gonna go sit down with all due respect. Una be advisors.
Babu, let me ask you.
I see Mr. Marco.
Yeah, let me ask you a question. Do you support within the former presidency where he say, they abide by court ruling, that's alone? And the reason why I ask you this question, maybe I will ask Ahmed Kanu the same question later. But the reason why I ask you, when I watch this video, I was shocked. The reason why I shocked, this was a person, or this is a person we being lead that country there. And it's Kuruma na in na being the found, how do you call them? The person, the keeper of the law that's alone. Not only the APC law, but the country's law that's alone. And I remember when Anes Kuruma them being gets problem, they go to court. They got a rule in favor of him, not to so. It must say, I know they take with the ruling of the court during the time of Sam Sumana versus Anes Kuruma. The court rule in favor of Anes Kuruma, or say the constitution do. Why waiting urge our former president for come na public, for can tell the entire nation say, they respect the courts, because this is exactly now it look like. Go ahead.
Well, I beg to differ. When he said the court no go pull up the bottom line, meaning he go appeal. Not to fair they go fair to, not to that guy they fair to. Now within the same court, that court will pass, that judge will pass that ruling there is just an individual. No, represent the entire justice system. There is another segment of the law. It can go to the court of appeal, if further appeal, because
come on. That the man say no court. He say no court, no go able make a step down. Say this particular judge don't they make him a step down. He say no court. So that's two different things, right?
Well, I don't know what they say. What you mean they say? What you mean understand? He say court no they pull and they because not to court put and they.
Exactly.
So me believe say the wisdom of the court at the other stage. Me believe so under the appeal, the justice system goes say that judge they make an error in his judgment. Not also if I can interfere. We get institution where they regulate political parties. So for making he can't arbitrate the way he arbitrate, then there is something ultra bias. He acted beyond his powers. But I believe say when we further pursue justice, 3 judges they get for sit down, not to one in that case, then go see wisdom, say, hey, this man, this will call it what he do in all right. Because the court get a responsibility for bring peace in the country. bring a ruling where they make letting them move before.
Let me bring in Americano. Americano, welcome to the program. Listening to the interaction between me and my colleague when Baibure, and it can be seen, we all today we all now APC members. Them, it's kind of an internal discussion publicly. So, do you accept the excuse or the analogy of Baibure for say, oh, when you talk, so you know means him, you not respect the courts, you get for appeal. What thing are you take?
I want to say good day to all the listeners and to we the participants in today this program. Actually, I want to let people that know say I've been away for some time because I'm in the concentration and the Taroko Temne Descendants Association, which I am the founder. But anyhow, don't come and thank you. And as far as this discussion is concerned, Mr. Baibure, na your opinion that one day. And we train our APC, waiting good for the APC before, now, and in the future. Now for let we come up with waiting the make the party get a better future, not only waiting they happen at the present, because we get to reflect back from the past. Now, if we not come up with something where they bring the party back together, we go get a big struggle. And the truth is the only thing. Now, there are three branches of Sierra Leone, three branches where we know the executive, they get in power. And the legislative, when at the parliament, then get their own power. And the judiciary, then get their own power. Then three branches there make government, make system, make democracy. And of course, the court is there above everything because they are the ones that are the guide. Now the headlight per se for put things them in perspective. Where things then they go here and there, they come up with something where go make stability then at the democracy. Which means the role of the court now in the jurisdiction of the nation. Now enough for nobody know for the above the court. Nobody. Because there are certain positions in government who know to the court, they give that person there. At all. Now people then they elect you or they select you. They appoint you. So based on the fact that the court is not one of the three branches of government, if it then come up with something where go be a decision for make the entire country day in peace and make them know say the court now in the paramount jurisdiction of the country. I think nobody for put the court, in the order for say because not to the court appoint them. Therefore, the court not going to something who they struggle with. If that is the case, and they succeed for say that one they get for stand, putting the ex-presidency, any other president will come, and when he out of power, he go say the same thing, which means the court is not going to be effective. The court is not going to play its role as one of the three branches of government.
So let me ask Baibure again. Baibure, let's say the court probably done rule in favor of the APC. Okay. And then some have been say no, I know they listen to the really.
Well, the line also clear from what I gather.
Okay, you hear me? You hear me clearly now?
Yes, loud and clear now. Yes.
Okay. So what have been the
Yes.
let's say for the no rule in favor of the APC against Peter Conte, Alfred Peter Conte. And then Skoma for been say no, you know they listen to what the court say.
Well, if he says so, I don't feel say he right for make he say so. What to me they say is, Mankotamo look at this they are very critically. The APC get a constitution. Now this constitution here, now it define who is a member.
Yep.
And what in a responsibility as a member. Now in get position there, structures them. This same constitution now we go register to the government of Sierra Leone. Then give you certificates for more practice politics under we party. This same Sierra Leone government now get a constitution who then call PPRC commission. They say they no want government interference. Make a commission with a mediate disputes there. Now the political party. That is not to say individual not get right for going to court for go seek redress. But if person they take, if they court for take the issue, if for take out with reference, me on constitution, the party where they dismember me, you say I for be a paid up member. I don't be a paid up member. The constitution tell me say I for attend meeting and not default within me political party. Because something like happen at the whole world, there is a pandemic. Will make we not able to carry out our activities as we for do. Left we as a political party for more go settle with internal conflict. But if government they can interfere, me they say and say the government also the court also is in violation and interference into the activities of the political parties. Enough for this.
All right. Let me for the people where they watch and the one where they listening at the radio. I just want for make some clarification within my commentator say Mr. Baibule. Mr. Baibule, you very well know say a party constitution is inferior to a national constitution. It's clear. Any constitution where they go contrary to the national constitution is null and void. The reason what make them make so, because they want to protect individual citizens where they able for participate now any national political activities. That's not the main reason. Now, but let me forget about the national constitution side, where we all know say yes, indeed, the courts get jurisdiction over any citizen where they're gonna court for go seek redress, whether against a political party or against an individual. They get that authority them. But now we go to we own constitution. I know support waiting Alfred Conte do because it just take we back. That is now it don't take we back, but now in get in your own reason why it do but the ruling way they give was not based on national constitution. It was based on the party constitution, where talks in the leadership get 3 years as legitimate leaders na the party. That's not so we constitution 1995 constitution say. When they elect you or select you, whatever, now 3 years, after 3 years, when I get for go back to election or conference for let una go continue or then replace una with another person. And when last did we get national convention where we elect people then? Was it not 2016? Right? I think it was 2016. Now we go to McKinney, not so. No. I think yes. I think is Namakeni will go. We elect people there. I think so. I'm not sure again. But okay, look at that time up to this time. It's about 5 to 6 years. It's almost 2 terms. So the ruling was not based on the national constitution. It was based on the party constitution. The problem where I get with some of Anescoma in utterances, yes, now we put on them, now we supposed to pull them. But when the leader becomes so powerful over the citizen, then the national constitution come in for protect the citizen. Go ahead. Let me hear it from you. Then I go back to Ahmed Kanu.
Actually, thank you, Dr. Mankota. But again, make I draw your attention to USA with this in America, where yesterday the Senate then blocked for set up a bipartisan commission for go investigate what happened. USA 5 lives then go, but because of the Senate, the leadership of the Republican Party, they respect the leadership of the party where the former president, who now in all the power. That man, they what you don't do their party. He don't make them party, don't lost the presidency, then lost the Senate, then lost everything. He bring himself into disrepute. He bring the Republican into disrepute. He bring the whole country into disrepute. They not come up move. How much harm where the former president and the APC, whose bad thing we don't do to individuals there or to set of individuals there, will compare to what former President Trump do to Ted Cruz, what Ted Cruz do to other people there, where they cause they do all kinds of things. They still believe in the leadership of the party. What you mean they talk now, Mankota? Una go make me by Buddha, the friend una the political party. Say tomorrow if una give me the make around the APC. If time go come in the time of crisis time, one need una where the SLPP don't for them for me. Now that time they una self they for them for me, una go make a filler. If I not go carry una, they make a filler. How me look at this here? The SLPP government, they get reason why they want to make or dispose of the current executive in such a manner that it will be an advantage to them. Not to let them let the APC where they point fingers for anything. And they make them very clear now, I have no direct link to either of the current executive. Men they don't get no personal thing. But I just they look and say, from the simple analogy, say, this now question of legitimacy. Whose side power belongs? Power belongs to the people. If me at the court, you say you man, you lack legitimacy. What I go help you if I want to bring anything? I go refer you, go back to the people there. Go ask you people there. If they want you, for me they rubber stamp you, for me you continue the thing where you don't lack, now that go make. And the leadership they on its way to a convention, we not get no leadership for go derive legitimacy. We can't get it from the court.
Babule. Oh, all right. Babule just go off. I think say network get problem. American, I think what in Babule is okay. It come back. All right, Babule. Come on, man. First of all, you don't go back. Okay. First of all, the members of the APC party no hit Anes by Koroma. That's all. And I want to make Babule come. Okay. First of all, Babule, what have been excited for talk about? The members of the APC party no hit Anes by Koroma. In fact, Anes by Koroma was the most revered leader within the APC party in modern times. We all know that when Anes Koroma been in power, everybody respected Anes by Koroma, supported Anes by Koroma. This was nothing for do with hating somebody or disrespecting somebody. This got for do with what we call legality. If tomorrow me become a president of Sierra Leone through the APC party and the constitution is not changed, I become the leader and chairman of the party at the same time, then me time done, I can still do the same thing like what Anes by Koroma they do so. For say, well, I'm ready for Hanover, but we have to go into convention and the court not get no jurisdiction over me, then you set up a very bad precedent tomorrow. Hold on, I come to you. But this is not actually about aiding Ernest Bai Koroma. You understand? This is about whether, in fact, the ruling where they make, you know the ruling? They say Ernest Koroma not for participate as leaders for go confirm the constitution, the draft constitution. That's not the ruling. It's not supposed for participate as leader elect, now then they control that one day. That's all they say. So I don't think saying a bad thing, but at the end of the day, it seems like we are in a stalemate. We are in that they say no, I not agree. The other person say I not agree. Before I come to you, now I'll go back to Ahmed Kanu quickly. Ahmed Kanu, come in.
It is the way they listen and we waiting at the program. Waiting by Bure, they try for say we make a comparison with the US Republicans. First and foremost, the Republicans, them let we know try for emulate waiting then they do. For the fact that then they work on something where the whole world and the Americans, them within even the Democrats and the Republicans, they know say waiting and they try for defend a lie.
Yeah.
That man say he win election, the ex-president, and not to true. Because the very court, the very American Supreme Court, don't pass that jurisdiction, they for say he lost the elections based on state facts, based on local facts regarding the election. Even the state of Georgia, we've been controversial. They count continuously for let them prove say they lost it. So waiting then they defend something when a lie. And you go get for impact the party right in the near future. Because then they defend something we not to true. And the whole nation know. Now you know we can make a comparison of that to we own APC party. We no want self that kind of comparison they for a come around because na bad precedent, very bad democratic precedent. Now you they try for bring around so now we party. The fact of the matter is the court, the role of the court, now the overall pivotal jurisdiction over every other constitution now that country there. So that respect they for defend them because that's the constitution. That's what the constitution tells us. And what in the constitution tells us, it govern all the other parties and every other jurisdiction we can think about. The paramount jurisdiction, the Supreme Court and other, these are the fundamental judicial bodies in the country. If we take them, we make them, we try for manipulate them. We try for reduce the powers of the court. It affect we democracy in the future. It affect we today, and it not will be a good thing for we country.
Okay, yeah, you're right. But to be honest with you, I don't say Ernest Koroma want for step down. It is more complicated than just stepping down, and that is the problem here. I sabi people the way Ernest Koroma tells him, if indeed they go into convention, in the step down by June, this coming June, Ernest Koroma, he talk out to people, then go meet them, then sit down. He tell them say, I really want to step down. My problem where I get no more as a leader where put in hand now whatever whether na Bible or Quran where it be as president say, I will defend the constitution of Sierra Leone from enemies, domestic enemies and foreign enemies. When you don't swear to that constitution, say you defend them, and you know say the thing, the legality will give the courts for make the interfere into party politics. Now that constitution them now kind of it undermine the constitution. And I for been wish and Escobar even he get that in thought if I been just keep quiet and continue. Maybe they make fake appeal for being be better, but for come out and say I will not step down because not so the court puts me under now a big mistake. Go ahead.
Thank you, Dr. Mankota. I'm glad the way they make reference to the constitution. Now the same constitution now all individual our rights, and I believe say some of the problems we get in Sierra Leone. Why we not stand up to we rights there? When a court ruling take place, that no mean say you don't know. The very court ruling, it give provision say within 14 days you have a right to appeal. Not to final and everything. No. So within the 14 days, if you not appeal, then what did the court say? It binding. It means all that one they do for safeguard the liberties of man. Don't forget that judge who passed that judgment is an individual. So the system further for create an avenue, who say they go appeal, wherein 3 judges there, not one in that case, when you appeal. Now then they go sit down for look into the matter. What are they going to do? Their responsibility is nothing more than to interpret the constitution. Maybe the interpretation we don't see cases there where lower court don't pass. The Supreme Court, they go say otherwise, or the higher court, they go say otherwise. So there is nothing wrong if the president say, hey, that decision where they say I for come out, I not go listen no more. Not of 30 they go 30. Instead, they take the other step so that his voice should be heard. Until people then defend their democracy, there is a natural tendency on the part of individual them for destroy or usurp people their rights. So now he make the president when he know the law, the former president when he know the law, now he make in order allow that one grand judgment. Look at the matter. The matter is very simple and straightforward. This is a question of legitimacy. You lack it. Where do you derive it? Tell me to the people that work to the party, make I go get the authority, or make the people that go say otherwise, they go give other people. But for what ban me from Usai Aba and me, the court get your limitation. May the higher court go and read the case. May they tell and say, may the final court of arbitration go talk say, yes, Otidaman, the lower court say is stand. Then we go back to the president will talk. But people tell you, if the final decision come up from the court of appeal, the president no go talk, say no go listen to that. No, but from the one, when they read the president, they talk say they don't invest.
But by the way, I dey see you struggle for the interpretivity and it's by Kuroma same, and I see that you struggle very well. And what you all you talk so, it no get nothing to do with what Anes by Kuroma same in the first place. Anes Kuroma na somebody wey na president, na been president of that country. He know the rules, he know the law. You understand? He knows him. When they rule against you, you get the right to appeal. That is different. That's not the legal process. An Escobar for go appeal. The problem here is an Escobar go stand na public na Tonkolili. He say no court no go able make up a step down because not to court put and day. Now the people put and day. This is you see that small snippet na in get the problem with an Escobar, especially a former president. Understand?
It's not a problem.
Huh?
It's not a problem. It's not a problem.
It's a
Because
problem.
you know, say the court, what did the court do? It's not right. When the court take a decision, was not right, it can stand up against it. It's not right.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
conductor they put a day for
But
the court now mad. The court is mad. Because the court is mad, because in the night week, he know the law. If he don't be the number one lawman, he know the law. That man there, yes, sir.
And Escobar for being easily select, just like what I said earlier. I don't agree with the judge a ruling, and I will appeal not to that judge there, put me there. So I go now the next level. Very simple, very straightforward, no problem at all.
Mr. Mankota, can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
First and foremost, if we look for examples, analogies, and so on and so forth, you see a woman, let me just bring this. You see a woman who you want for married. The court know they around for advise you marry her. The procedure in America, yeah, for a lot of people, una they go na court, una go married. Why una they go na court? Because in the future, if una get any problems, any feuds they will not able to solve, divorce come. Now the court will not go back. But the court was not there to make the choice for you to marry that woman. The court was not there to tell you anything about the commitment we they go undertake. But when problem come, relatives they no able to solve them, friends they no able to solve them, and so on and so forth. Now the court will not go. Not only the court been tell you married that woman, but the court, according to the Constitution of the United States of America, and the system creates different levels of courts where una they go through first before una come to the Supreme Court, which is one of the branches of government in terms of the leadership. All the other courts are subsidiaries of the Supreme Court. So if one level of court you go there, self-nine and make a judgment. If you're not satisfied, now make you the appeal to another higher court until you end up na the Supreme Court.
Exactly.
But if I talk say, I go publicly and talk say about this woman, not a court being given. You know, so no court, no, they tell me nothing until me satisfy I want what they do. You can't do that over a country where democratic will get a constitution. You can't do that. You know that, by Bure, you are in the United States of America. You cannot go around saying this woman, no court, no they tell me nothing. Not to them in Guinea. Are you going to do that?
No, it's not. I'll let you know answer now. The answer
Are you going to do that, sir?
No, you know what do it come. Bible, hold on. I will give you a chance to make you answer that. But the answer for you for you not going ever do them. I think the problem here is the keyword no court. That is where the problem comes in. When you say no court, you don't put down any possibility, even if you get for do one, but the way other people that they interpret that, the way people that they interpret them, you don't put down, you don't create an impression in the minds of people that say, this guy not respect the law. And it's bad for you now somebody who have been the enforce the law, for make now you say no court. That was the biggest problem where we presidents get. And also a mistake you don't make. Hopefully, I know say Escobar a very reasonable person, a very intelligent person. And maybe after I don't talk this, he goes sit down, he look back the video, he go say, oops, maybe I not for don't say this, because that was really it come out bad as a respected person. The person who have been the leader of the country. Go ahead, Bible.
Thank you, Dr. Mankota. You see, then see how they talk so. If find from what we they perceive them like how we who they perceive them individually. But believe me, they stand on the part of the reality, what they on the ground. If not about politics, not for the Hausa who they so.
True.
Then they culture. Because from his very mouth, he say after I don't hand over within 3 months, he pull your hand.
Exactly.
We all hear that one day.
Yep.
But as a responsible leader, the way I see the current they go, the way how the thing they go, he say, he check himself. They say only a fool and God don't change. The way how this thing they go, something don't ready for destroy me political party. If I left the party now, like a captain, now like a sailor, a captain, if they move with the ship, if they can't go the people left, he meet a very turbulent water current. He said because the thing is rough, he jump, he left the people there, the thing sink. Then there will be a total betrayal of trust. I mean, I make a day behind the former president. Say until we'll go now drawing box back as APC. Now they would go talk to talk. But I'm not go come on behind now because you don't back. Even though you Makota, you are the president, you are the leader of the party today. I go follow you like I follow Anes by Chrome. That now so because it's not political party. Because he was there, he don't take a lot of risk on will be as a political party.
Bible, I understand that.
Like today, what he going is going rough. Should we abandon him?
No.
If the guy is not ready to abandon us, why should we abandon him?
I know.
You rally behind him. Go rally behind him. Say he take we go hand over. The party.
Bible, there's a difference between supporting somebody and saying the truth. Okay, that's two different things, and it seems like you confuse the two to be one. No, it don't necessarily mean say because me not a leader today. If I make mistake, you know for tell me the truth. And me, if I become a leader of that party there or that country there, I get somebody like you so. Because when somebody they make mistake, in conscience they tell them, I like you not talk am. If someone say yes, probably I make mistake. If me be a leader now that country or that party then, you by Burem, I know say I don't make mistake. Then you not tell me say actually Mr. Mankota, I know say you not human being make mistake, this not mistake. I go afraid you because you know why? That means you are one of the people that will want me for make a fail. I don't say me like human. Everybody that this one they are not perfect. Now one of the things where a good leader supposed for know for same people are not perfect. So we get for give them that benefit of the doubt for make we able for help them for become a better people. But when we say, oh well, the president don't make mistake, but at the BNM, no matter what, at the camp for can defend her with a mistake. Yeah, we can defend her with a mistake, but we still get the right for tell and say, Papa, that this is not a mistake. Oh,
well said, and I commend you for that. And what Timbe stand for Atima for the truth. Take me by my word. Anything that is bad, I'm not a party to it. What am I saying here? I not condone anything that is wrong. If the president says something, we are a political party. We get on side, we forum. We get on side, we sit down, we talk. But when we turn up a public opinion, public podium like this, we talk about the president, I will know what are they talking about my political party. That no means I they condone something wrong. If the president do something wrong, we get some side who they sit down as a political party, mock we or play back the video, we good one. Maybe me not listen to the audio like how you listen to. And just now we want to enjoy the opportunity for make a listen, but we not get the audio. For me myself get exactly the wording, make a interpret. But what you mean they say is there is a fundamental concept what they call benchmarking. Believe me, even today, you kill Anes by Kroma. Madabio will never be happy. The next day back, he kill by Bure. He will never be satisfied. He will say, we'll kill them, go kill Americano. Even though he kill Americano, he will never be happy. So I will never attempt at saying anything.
Bible,
other than doing that which is right on my own.
By the way, I'm very much get a problem. The argument where they try for puts, if they bring Madabio, we know say Madabio now people the way no one there even APC exist. We know that. We very well know that. Okay. We know say Madabio and the SLPP government no want to make the APC exist or become effective. Waiting when they talk now is within the APC. This is not Madabio against APC. This is APC against APC. So when we try for bringing in Madabio in, that means now kind of an excuse we try for make. And sometimes if we as a political party will not be able for say the truth, for sit down, and even to the extent we say the courts not get legal right for make them interfere now we own political party, when we all know same that is actually not true, and that is very, very dangerous, because this same court tomorrow will get for need that when Madabio then come in. We get for need the same court. What will they try for? You see the implication what they try for bring here. This same court what will say not a court put with it, so we not care about court. When it can now between APC and SLPP, number one, we're not in the power. So waiting now we only option. We get for go now this same court for make then go. What they call the will right. What do we get for do? You see the implication. We have to be very careful. Yes,
well, I wish you before play the audio more listener. The video.
Okay, hold on. I go ahead and collaborate as with the type of player. Ahmed can come in.
Okay, gentlemen. The argument we una two they put right now on the side of Dr. Mankuta, a argument actually now for help the party.
Exactly, that's my point. That's exactly
now. Brother Baibure been just don't talk say he stand for the truth. Now the truth will set us free. And there are circumstances which will permit we talk the truth, let the other side know say we they talk the truth. And when we come back to governance, we stand by the truth. Then therefore trust now something we're very, very paramount. It lead to being respected. Trust they lead to being loved if they have to love you. Trust it protract the kind of vision where you get. Now, this now the moment them where we therefore actually perpetrate the APC. For say APC, now a party of the truth, not only for the party but for the country.
Ahmed, let me try no more quickly, and because now just few seconds I will get now. Hold on, let me.
Okay.
It's like say I think say na me audio na in the problem. Hold on. Let me see me audio if I did something bad. But it seems like now me audio. Hold on, let me see me audio settings. Okay, yeah, not to me audio. I think so. Okay, hold on. Yeah, my audio is okay. I don't know why not hearing the voice. I've been hearing earlier before I come at the program.
To me. If you get that.
Hold on.
Let us have the new leadership. But nobody, and they say I'm again publicly, nobody knows when I want to believe, so when you want to take a decision, I will step out. Not of course, Not of God bring the chairman and leader.
All right. So, Daibure, I hope so you don't hear it now. Let me just pull this again. Let me bring when I come back. So you don't hear it now. The man himself, right?
He said no court. He said nobody know they go na court.
No, Daibure, come on. He said not to court. Let me play it back. I think so.
Listen, no, shut up.
Okay, hold on. Bible, hold on. Let me do it again. We'll go. All right, hold on. Let me play it again. Listen carefully, okay?
Let us have the new leadership. But nobody, and I say I'm again publicly, nobody knows who na boss and believes when you want to take a decision, I will step out. Not of God bring the chairman and leader.
Don't forget to subscribe.
And
like.
Okay. So you
Don't forget to hit the notification bell.
All right, hold on.
Clear. The man indeed look like a former president. He not say the court, not on the court. He said nobody, that not the individual party member there. Now I mean.
Come on, Bible. Come on, man. Come on. He said
to me, the audience the earlier.
He said okay. Dear audience, I want for now give you a thumbs up if waiting Bible is right for good and that's true or lie. He said, let somebody no go na court. If it's the way the court rule, I go step down because not to court puts me yonder. Now the people them put me, now the place them. So he say they accept the court ruling. That is very simple and clear. You don't understand?
No, I don't. We are misrepresenting him. You know that the former president stand for. We not get it right.
I don't plan. Ahmed Kanu, how you hear him?
Correct.
Well, what me understand, I get the very tape na me system. I get the video.
Bible he get up.
From what me understand now, they discuss right now. We former presidency not to court make him chairman.
Yep.
Therefore, no court, no good. Make it.
He step down.
To get out of that power day.
Very simple. Yep.
It make them very clear. Now that me understand from listening to the video. It talk I'm very clear. And now that they discuss now whether now something way if for say because you see what's them very important.
They say words have meanings, right?
Yes. And when person you want to say something, you get to think very carefully so that when you say them in the form where it go there at an advantage for you, advantage for the other people, them where they follow you.
Exactly.
Especially as a leader. Because it's very difficult for them to withdraw words. Once you don't send them out there, whether you withdraw themselves, it's just like an apology. You go down say something against somebody, they get bad feelings. How you go find a solution and for go apologize?
All right, Ahmed Kanu. Let me read one thing where James Kenneth Kanu from the UK saying. Probably Mr. Baibure will be able to answer this. Mr. Baibure, James Kenneth Kanu saying, in as much as we love the former president, it is wrong for the former president to openly in front of supporters to disregard any court ruling. The truth must be told. And what James Kanu they try for talk here is, all right, now a lot of they look up to the former president for inspiration, not also somebody where elect are inspired by him, and as he say that person they say they disregard the court ruling. It don't give me the urge for me myself not regard any law, because me boss, the one way I inspire for as a leader, it don't tell me say it is okay for do this. What in I don't take?
Thank you, sir, for giving me. Me, the former president who I know and Charman, he no go ever disregard a court ruling. Because even when they don't pass the judgment, everything by the party who sit down, who they wait, what you they report na appeal. What me they understand from this thing is the president they talk about unity within the APC party.
Okay.
Now he make it talk say he say nobody no they take go na court, then the court go do what they do, so say for make it come out, because not the court put on there. He say more come to one. If you further listen to the video, you go see why he appeal for more come, go pull the case, more can sit down, we talk inside the party. If you listen to them, see what the president is talking about. He wasn't saying anything against the court. He was appealing to party members then, dissenting members then, say going to the court is not helpful to the individual, neither to the party. So let's come to the party and talk it out. Now that the president is.
Now, it's very difficult for you today, and I can understand for making you able to defend with former president. I understand the situation with him. But the matter is very clear. And I complain 3 times. We say nobody will feel say if they go to court and the court rule for make a step down, because nobody and God not puts me under. So it's very, very clear. Words have meaning. Very simple. But in any case, yeah, it talks him. He want for let we go. Now, let we all go for make we go do with convention. And even at that, you understand, that's not a defiance to the court. Now, it all the people them, contrary to what the court saying, for make the people they all go. The ruling of the court for make them go do the convention, either for step down now, you get for step down if no one side again. That's the more we listen to this audio, we former president will let come, we adore him, and a person we don't work so much for that party day, that person we don't work so much for that country them. Now human being, he make mistake. Let we just agree, say the president make mistake and move on. The more we try for defend, the more it becomes difficult for make we defend. He make mistake, now mistake he make. I believe him, not to show if you want for put him, but it don't come out this way. Let's accept it and move on. Ahmed, can you go ahead?
Okay, you know, what thing I get for say to me, your colleagues them at this show, and the listeners, and we party, everything where they always can do, like the court in creation and in existence, it gets reason, it gets relevance, it gets essence. Why the court for them? Then now they go put court all the years, yeah, it not get relevance. And who that then they make the court in relevance continue for prevail with dignity and integrity is us. Now we now the continuation from time where they don't create this court for play role. It don't exempt anybody. And we party matters, the opposition, any party matters, not for overrule waiting the court they try for do for the benefit of the citizens.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yes, the court can be biased. Now that Mankocha they say right now.
Yeah.
We are not perfect. The judges themselves every day there are times where they bias.
Now,
but inside the very court, even the chief justice, he gets one of the justices them where they tell her, or he gets some of them where they tell her, say, if they know they vote the same. That can tell you, say, the court irrelevant. Because when there are certain decisions, then when they take a vote.
And besides that, Ms. Americano, the danger here is the reason why to make I bring this up more for make we discuss them. The danger here is I don't they see Sierra Leone most of the time, then they chastise the courts, oh, the court this, the court that, the court this. But sometimes now we want to make the court become bad because of what they think about the court. You understand? If like what happens, so it rule against Anes by Koroma, now we party. And now we lead that now with the supporter, you understand? It rule against them. If we were not able to say, okay, the court don't rule, we agree. If we go for appeal, let's appeal. The danger here is we say the court not get jurisdiction over the APC party, and the court not get no authority for make it tell an Escoma say in need for step aside while then they go do what they call the constitution. Then tomorrow, the bigger fight where some of we all know say it get for happen, it happened. I tell you for free. The next election will probably end up in a court again. I want for now, we all know that. Now start from we think about this. And now, we start from we tell the court say the court will get authority over party politics. Mada Bio and SLPP. Now they get the power, then get the money, then get everything. Tomorrow, we go to election. Probably the margin is so thin that we don't know who that win. Now we they go to court. The same court where right now we tell say a powerless, you not get what them call. We they go to court. Waiting the court get for a go save. You not get authority because that's what we said. We said the court don't get authority. So the implication is very, very real. Bible, go ahead. You get the last one.
Okay. The court where they talk about. To me, I see and say when they talk about the ideal, when they look at the reality, me that court na salon, they call a Mada Bio court. Mada Bio court na in na salon. Yes. Now what Mada Bio they should don't instruct them. We don't see the court, the same court, he removed 10 parliamentarians there. The same court won't forgive people there within 14 days. Then people are need for appeal before the ruling become binding. As then they put the normal Madabio, the same Madabio don't organize parliament. From there, they go swearing the people there. We don't see them don't organize. Now then kind of government and they will not get integrity. Now even at the top of the court. This is the crux of the matter. Madabio is manipulating everything for the court system in the country. So I want more now they will face that reality today. Say the outcome of this decision here. I remember the Secretary General, Ambassador Oyefiansane, he was very clever. He said, what do you expect? What type of ruling do you expect from an SLPP court?
He did
not ask that rhetoric question. He asked that rhetoric question. These are the kind of things for great confusion within the APC. That's all.
Bible, here is the problem we will get Nasadon, and especially for some of we want to see a better Sierra Leone. Since the 60s, we will begin rule ourselves, now they will begin politicize the court. When Tijan Kaba come, the APC been talk say the court na SLPP court. Not so. We all know that. When Anes Kuruma come, the SLPP been talk say the court na APC court. And now Madabio come, we they talk say the court na SLPP court. You see the problem here? This is where we Sierra Leonean we get for sometimes close we eye because sometimes certain decisions are very, very difficult. But for the benefit of society, we get for close we eye and make some of them decisions and say the truth so that tomorrow we pick it and then get for get a better court, a better
Please, sir, before this program may the audience listening, make I bring their attention to the appeal cases there where the APC gets but disputed elections, what will go put in at the same court. You see how they drag until shorter time then do what Madabio wants me then do. So now they qualify me, qualify to the team as an Madabio or SLPP court. So we don't expect anything. What we say is make her just land, sir, make her just land. Why do we keep repeating the same thing? Then we expect a different outcome. People then voted we out so that a new regime they come will not for interfere with the court, everything be independent. Me, anything when an independent court tell me is final. I know they argue the court. Me, as far as me concerned. But if I not say the government, the court not treat, I will challenge it. I will challenge it beyond reasonable doubt until I go to my grave.
That's true. But that's the point, exactly the point where it brings home. Like the point where me and Ahmed Kano, they try for talk about, they bring Ahmed Kano very soon. But let me just try for clarify. You see, the problem here is, so if they ask the question, why would they repeat the same thing over and over and expect a different result? It's called sanity, insanity. Because we mad. Salon people are mad. Because now only Christmas, they do something over and over and expect the same different result. Here is the problem. Now the reason this way, we as Sierra Leoneans, that we start for change with attitude. It's very important. You know what you make the politicians say that they do this thing over and over. Any politician they wake up, any government they can't repeat the same thing because they know say we did out there for defend the nonsense. You know, what they do out there, we did here because this politician, I mean brother APC politician, so are they defend the nonsense way they do, and when are they defend the nonsense way they do, the SLPP, other folks, then they look and they see we. Tomorrow when they come, when the young politician back, they do the same mess, then they defend and they say because you've been defend you politician, you don't say it wrong. That day the change is supposed to come, and I don't see some of we where then the media they try for educate people then say let's change. It is not the politician that has to change, it is us, the people. We get for change. If we change, the politicians are going to change. But if we not change, we attitude, it's going to continue over and over and over. Ahmed, can you go ahead?
Okay, me on what I get for say here is by Bure, the APC in problem. Na problem way internal way we capable of solving. But we see we reach na court. Now we serve the APC responsible for make that happen, and now that a lot of we comrades them not they able foresee, and if they able foresee ourselves, likely then they refuse for understand them because of loyalty. Loyalty not say so. All waiting would they demonstrate, and this way we serve now we there for fix. Now sycophancy and hypocrisy now it don't make we get to that level. If not to that, then Tiano they even go na court. Because the APC, if at all the way it is, the way it's structured, now we able foresee how we go really take this party forward and take leadership. Then problems here, they come on at the top or they come on at the middle or they come on at the bottom or. We're able to forget leadership where they sincerely come for mobilize the entire APC. They use inclusion, not exclusion. It doesn't matter what rank or level you belong.
Okay,
if you are APC, they know say you are APC. Let them bring you inside. Let there be some factions that would mobilize everybody. We come and say, look, this don't happen now. Now, so this faction I also say, now so the young people, now so the middle-aged people, now so the old people. Now, what we go really do? This now something where we self-able for create a court inside the APC. We're not a formal court as is. Then they begin for talk about NTA. They know they're gonna court, but everybody they play sycophancy and hypocrisy, very wrong loyalty, wrong loyalty. Me know they be a blind loyal person. I therefore die. I they left this world. I know they take no politics. I know they take even me socks. As a Muslim, they know they even bury me with me socks.
Yeah.
So nobody know they make I go become a blind loyal person. We have to face the APC, the true for let the party they in shape. Without them therefore tell the truth, let them tell them. Now mortal man, you know, there's nothing way they do. If he kill us himself, he therefore die. This is the thing that we are lacking in the APC, and nobody know they for come out and talk up. All man they go and begin the Marvel Goya make for they look good. It only make the party look good and the party get more problems. Why some people they not go come out and say, look, this is not what you say for court. Not what you say, oh, they go team up, we talk about anything. Bring the APC together. We need good leadership in the APC, my friend.
I be want you 2 minutes, but you don't already use up the 2 minutes. So I be want say, okay, let me give you 1 minute, Ahmed Kanu. What's the way forward? Then I give 2 minutes to Baibure. What's the way forward?
The way forward, Mankota, now for use inclusion. Let the leadership now bring everybody together and use trust and loyalty way straightforward. If they say something now that's something they get for follow. Let them not begin to go change, where them go out and change. Where they don't come with one decision for the benefit of the APC, not for the benefit of a certain group of people, where they feel say the APC now their own property, where they die self, then they carry them. If you know they self now this world, the APC don't done. And not so. Who's I check as Stephen there today? 6 feet down, and they are still APC.
All right, thank you very much.
This is the thing we should know and believe. And would I not believe them? Let it left. Me na APC always. I they talk them, and I'm loyal to the APC.
All right, thank you very much. Bible, you get 2 minutes. What's the way forward?
I just appeal to the general membership of the APC for more stand firm, and that what they go on, not to power no more, not to we beginner. The one where they call themselves power, they will be decided and they first physically na their party office, then they lock the much by themselves, and will God mark them for get the power, the thing done. Now then they power. So that not means if we self get disagreement, we're not going to go into power because we're in opposition. No. Except APC was in power, but they lost election to the opposition. So 2023, we strongly believe that, notwithstanding against all odds, notwithstanding the strong road they pass, the SLPP, they in power, they will go back into opposition. Then we'll take over because they failed the people, they're not able to deliver. So the way forward is, let's come to one, more day to one. The one day where they put the case in our courts, more left the case in our court. The courts right now, you know, go do anything in own favor. More come more talking at the party now a family. And family business, also then they talk for bring the court there too much because the court, the way they do things, they're different. So, and time now they now we on side. So anybody who think about going back to court, me they appeal to you. No, don't go to court. Let's go and talk it out. There is another time.
Yeah, thank you very much, and I really, really appreciate what you talk now, you way forward, and I also appreciate Ahmed Kanu. Ahmed Kanu, I don't get time for talk about the Tarokum, but maybe we will find a time we will get for discuss and all the efforts where the Tarokum done with and call for bring the team together. We'll talk about that anytime. Just remind me no more because I can forget. Now, the way forward here for the APC party, I want for make with listeners, especially the APC members, for make them listen to me very carefully. You know, mortal man is full of emotions. And you get bad emotions, good emotions, and neutral emotions, and all type of emotions they within we. it depends the circumstances where they emit the emotions then they. The reason we make, I say, we former president make a mistake, and I believe say, and I pray to God for say, for make he realize say he make a mistake. It is no longer about him. It is about the party. It's about the next election. Now, the former president, now somebody we don't protect that country so much. That somebody we don't work so hard for that country then, and it work that through that country through the constitution, because the constitution I get the legal mandate for make it able to be a president. And the last thing where such person we rule for 2 years, they say they accept within the court they make it was a big mistake. Now my own concern was, okay, let's say the president will not accept. Let's say the entire APC party not accepts within the court say, okay, Madam they laugh, they say, okay, that's fine. I will tell you one thing. Today, whose day today? The 29th of May. Una makam, and this video go there now online. So first of all, una subscribe if you did YouTube or Facebook, subscribe and forward the link to other people them. Because then can program them very important. We will say the courts not get authority over we because you know why? Because not to the courts put with it. Then the election come. Madam, you lost the election. He said, I know they come out. What you get for do? We're not going to street to because we say then they go kill we. You know what will they do? We're going to court. And Madam, you will say, this is not just a scenario. At the point to God to make it not ever happen. But that's something we a real thing. Okay. Madam, you will say, that's what the court put with it. And the people then put with it. So if the people don't want me again, that's fine, but nothing. Or the court where we don't chastise, they don't get authority over we. They say we not get authority over we, so therefore we the rule what we want for we. We don't say that we win. The court go tell we say, win. A problem, So sometimes when they react to certain things, you get to look at not to that particular thing. There are so many other things beyond what you have. And if you're not able to get clear picture of them, now in they make you entangle yourself to a point where it's very difficult for make it come out. So the former president, I know say he make a mistake. We are human beings. We all they make mistake. Me they make mistake. Ahmed they make mistake. Bible they make mistake. Everybody they make mistake. But we have to move forward. What in Bible say is very very important. It is time for let we pull the court cases outside of the court. For let we all go sit down. And I be not the urge the leadership. Sometimes a good leader that's somebody who humble. A good leader that's somebody who humble. You know what I mean? Say because you get the power, so you able for do something over other people then. So you not care what's in the other people that then they say. Now in they bring some of them to you. Let them all humble themselves. Make them able for talk to them boys there for making them because that the party no then they destroy. Look. He left 1 year for we. If we're not able to forget a candidate at this particular time, because when we get a candidate, there are so many obstacles where they come. Because right now the APC is very very divided. The other people, the way they support the other candidates, them when we come now the convention for get a candidate, then people then they will get for bring them in, and it, not a thing where you just they do for 1 month. That's something we get for take time for making able to galvanize everybody, bring them together. So if we're not able to forget a candidate, we always defect now court, man, it's going to be a big problem. So I they urge the leadership, they say to whom much is given, much is expected. I they expect them more for be humble, for making them make sure say, because if we lost back, now they will get for blame. If we lost back, now the leadership will get for blame. So let them do everything possible for make them bring this party together. I thank you very much. The one the way they watch we, I thank you very much. Don't forget for subscribe and also like. Then you can click that notification bell when they come on. Then they always notify you for say yes, the TPN is on. I thank you very much. May God bless you. Ahmed Kanu, thank you very much. Bible, I know say I put you today on the spot, but that's not the TPN. we can put how do you call him? Mr. Kabu always on the spot. So today now you on time. Make Kabu know they will replace her with you. Maybe supposed for them on the spot because Namina the host, right? So I just will be neutral one way or the other. You know, so now that make her put you on the spot today. I hope so you're
right. All right. All right, that's fine. That's okay.